Hello, hello, hello. Hello, guys. Good evening, good morning. Hope Black Friday is treating you well. We'll share just in a few minutes the three main mistakes that dropshippers are doing without knowing. A lot of you guys are still dropshipping, so if you're still dropshipping, so that will be insightful for you. I'll share some of the mistakes that I have made and some of the mistakes that I see constantly all the time. A lot of the entrepreneurs are making, and those mistakes are pretty much predicating how far they can scale and how far they can grow their business. So, guys, we'll share that just in a few minutes. I will just wait for a few more people to join us. All right. Let's wait for a few more minutes for more people to join us. Cool, guys. How was your Black Friday? Just let me know in the comments. How was your Black Friday? How was this Black Friday for you? All right, let's see what were your numbers. Hey, hello, guys. For some reason the quality here is really bad. Let me see here. All right. Hello. Wait for a few more people to join us and then we'll get rolling. I have some presentation for you. So let me see here. All right, guys. We will just. All right. Okay, cool. No worries. So cool. We'll just wait for a few more people to join us and we'll get started. We'll share with you guys the 3 critical mistakes that dropshippers are making. If you're still dropshipping, that will be very, very helpful for you. Let me see if I can fix this camera. Let me see here. All right, guys. Right, cool. Okay, guys, we'll get started. Hopefully Black Friday was good for you. Let me know how it was for you in the comments. And anytime, guys, like just share your questions so I can answer those for you as well. Let me see here if we can do the. Okay. All right. So let's get started, guys. So I want to share with you 3 main mistakes that I think dropshippers are making that pretty much like they don't know about those mistakes, but they're making them, and that prevents them from scaling. So, for example, the difference between like 8-figure business and the 7-figure business is pretty much only like few minor adjustments that you have to make, right? So if you make those adjustments, then pretty much it allows you to do a lot better numbers, and allows you to just scale a lot more aggressively. So for example, one of our clients here in e-commerce scaling secrets program, I'll share my screen here. Just share this with me. Share this with me. He's still drop shipping, right? But he's doing it in the right way, right? You can do it in the right way, and you can do it in the wrong way. So if you do it in the right way, then you have the possibility to scale a lot more aggressively. Guys, let me know if you can see my screen, right? I want to just share with you. So Lloyd here, right? So Lloyd he's based in the UK, and you can see here when he joined, like ESS, he was doing like $5,000 a day, right? Now, like this Black Friday weekend, pretty much he was doing like 20. You see, he was doing like 20,000 here. Here he was doing, you can see 27, and here he surpassed like $30,000, $30,000 a day in sales, right? So these adjustments, right? Although he's drop shipping, but he's made several adjustments to his business, right? So number one, what you need to do is you have to focus, kind of like identify your competitive advantage, right? If you don't have like competitive advantage, whether that's like country, like, so for example, for Lloyd, he's advertising in UK only, right? So for some products, you actually have a lot less competition if you're selling just like in UK market, right? We have clients as well doing very well, like in German market, in Swedish market, in Netherlands and Dutch market, because those markets are not as competitive as, for example, US market. So a lot of people just like, hey, everyone's selling in the US, let me just sell in the United States, right? So you have to think more strategically about that. So everyone's thinking like tactics. You have to identify what kind of like market would be the best. For example, if you speak like German language, right, then maybe it's smart for you to sell in the German market. Maybe like just take the products that have been doing like extremely well in the like US market, and then selling those in Germany, right? Or for example, if you speak Swedish, right, selling in Swedish market actually could be a very good idea. The same way you could do it with, for example, inside of the niche, like saturated niche, you have to think more strategically what so someone asked, should you create like separate stores for each country? Yes, you should create separate stores for each country, because then you can personalize everything. You can personalize the payment processors. You can personalize the payment processors language, right? Like customer support. So you can personalize everything for each country, and that makes the conversion rates just a lot higher. Because if you just advertise, let's say in English, let's say store, you advertise in Sweden, then it wouldn't be converting. And so that is something that guys makes like such a big difference, because like you have to identify what is your unique angle. So the same goes for products. So if, for example, everyone is selling, let's say everyone is selling, let me find something. We have a lot of these like gadgets here. Let me show you. For example, we've got this product here, right? Like, so we sold a lot of volume of this product over the years. And so when everyone was selling for example, this product simply for like weight loss, right? We also been selling this product for like skincare, right? Like because it helps with kind of like makes because of the lights, it makes the skin more kind of like makes the skin kind of like breathe and be more like healthier. And so if you find those angles for specific products, right, you have to identify that angle, whether that is a country, whether that is just the product angle, right, that you could sell it with. Guys, let me know if that makes sense so far. And so a lot of dropshippers, one of the biggest mistakes they do is just like they just copy something that someone else did without like actually putting kind of like, okay, how do we actually differentiate, right? Because none of us we exist like in a vacuum, right? We exist in a in this we exist in this like a very we exist in this like very like competitive environment. No matter what product you're selling, doesn't matter what product you're selling, you always exist in a very competitive environment. So if you understand kind of like how to differentiate from other people that are selling in that same environment, this is where you have a lot of the competitive advantage. So so that's basically what I would do, guys. If I would start from scratch, for example, a lot of people like, hey, guys, hey, how would you start from scratch, Alex? If you would like start from scratch, what would you do, right? I would identify like very the niche where there is like a lot of the demand, and then I would try to figure out some unique angle or some. It doesn't have to be like even like unique product, but some unique angle for the product, right? Like, so it could be the same product as everyone else is selling, but it's just like a different angle that goes with it. So guys, let me know if that makes sense. Someone's asking, do you do your own custom packaging or use the supplier standard? So most of the time we use custom packaging because we want to put the logo on it. We want to put some more information, some information about the product as well, some safety requirements on it, and we also want to make it nicer, right? But in some cases, the supplier's standard product packaging is actually pretty good. So in those cases, you can actually use the same like the same packaging that they have, as long as it's good, right? As long as customers are not complaining, and as long as what you have to consider during like shipping, let's say from China, that the package doesn't get damaged, right? Because if it gets like smashed during the transit, then that experience the customer has is very unpleasant. So this is what you have to consider. So question here, I designed new unique product, molten product is around 15 K USD. How to secure myself, make sure the quality sample is not possible before mold. I guess that is a risk. That is a risk that you are taking, right? There's no way to like kind of like fully eliminate the risk here. How to make sure, how to secure myself, make sure the quality of product will be highest. I think what will happen is, so if you already did it, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it, right? Like you just go with it, they get you the mold, then you evaluate it, then you see whether that it can be improved, right? Then you make some adjustments, then you make it better. But if you haven't done it yet, typically the easiest part would be just to make some slight adjustments to the product, and maybe contact a few more factories that already might have like very similar product to what you want to produce in stock. But if it's like a very like unique product, then that is the risk you're taking. But on the other side, so that is downside. Okay, so your potential downside is like $15,000, which is nothing. It's not a lot. But the upside, right? If it works, it could be that you have like a unique product that is totally different from everything else in the market, that looks differently, that feels differently, that functions differently, and that product you can do like, let's say, 7-8 figures with, right? So this is the risk you're taking, and like $15,000 in that particular equation is not a lot. There's always a risk. However, like if you said you designed, then I mean, it's probably like 70% that it will work out, right? Like it's probably 70% of all like new designs work out, and then some of them are not working out, and then you make some adjustments, and then you finally make it work. But this is definitely like a good move, considering, especially if you're selling in a competitive market and you want to differentiate. So that is definitely fine. I don't like this camera quality. 1 second, guys. Okay. All right, guys. Cool. Let's continue. So we have another question here. Do you use general store just a niche? How's the idea? Test in general store and then choose a winner and make a niche store? I like to start with a niche store, right? Because if you sell, like, let's say like health and beauty. So health and beauty, this is kind of like where what we understand better. And so this, like, if we focus on health and beauty, there's like still so many different products within health and beauty. So just a matter, and demand is always there, right? So for me, it's like always, if demand is there, then it's only finding the product market fit, right? If product needs to be customized, or kind of the perception of the product needs to be customized, another angle needs to be found, then pretty much that comes down to just finding some unique elements that would differentiate this product from something else, whether it's with marketing, whether it's with the product itself. So we have here another comment from, I don't know who was that. So products only sold right now by one competitor that sell it only in the United States, Amazon, pretty well. I made adjustments to make it better based on comments. I think that's the right move. I think that's definitely the right move. That's like long-term move. So short term, you might like invest more. You might even lose some money like in a short term. But if it works out, then you will have a product that actually has the competitive advantage. Now, if your competitors want to jump on it, you'll have the time advantage, because let's say you start selling it and scaling it, and they decide to jump on it. Now they'll have to find like they will have to go through the same process. They'll have to design. They'll have to design the mold and kind of like go through exactly the same process. So I think that's definitely is the right move. Even if something doesn't work out, you'll still be able to adjust it. And the worst case scenario, you lose $15,000, which is nothing. So compared to potential, opportunity with this product and with this business. So if you have that vision, if you already like kind of like started executing on it, then I would just continue moving in that direction. That's definitely the right move. All right. Someone asked, how long do you run ads before cutting product off? Depending on the product, we would give it probably like $300, $500. But with products that if we commit to the product, a lot of people, they don't commit to the product. They just like test. We commit to the product more, and then we just make it work from the potential kind of like angles, images, videos, right? So we put more variables in place to make it work. And so in those cases, we would have even like, $2,000-3,000 spent on the product to properly validate it, properly test it. And then if it doesn't work, we just move on. I think also to make patent is worse. Yes, for sure. Patent, trademark, anything that you can do to protect product, at least on in the US market. In China, I don't think you can protect a lot in China market. All right, do you have a guide on starting out with a new web shop with a budget of about 500 to 1,000 euros? Not right now. We will have something like this in the coming months, but not at this, not on this stage. So yeah, let's continue, guys, to the second one, because I think kind of like a lot of people, this is what a lot of people do, right? A lot of drop shippers, right? And there is this talk about like one product store, and I think that's one of the biggest probably mistakes that people do. They put a lot of hope into like one product, and then eventually, for one reason or another, that product dies, right? The way we think about it is we think about the particular niche, right, that has a particular need or a particular challenge, right? And so as long as we are solving that particular pain in particular market, there's so many products that could be introduced. For example, right, if you want to lose weight, right, there's so many ways to lose weight, right? I mean, you can run, you can have like a Peloton, so you can use a bicycle, you can do like exercise it at home. There's a company called Beachbody. It's probably like valued as like $1 billion company. Then you have, let's say you have CrossFit, you have martial arts, you have boxing, you have like a bigger one like bodybuilding. There's so many different ways to get in shape, right? So, but pretty much serve the same goal. So the person wants to look better, look well, right? And be in good shape and feel well, right? Pretty much like these are the main three things. Be healthy, right? So pretty much it serves the same niche. So as long as, let's say, we're focusing on that niche that is kind of like serving that goal, then it doesn't matter, like there's like countless number of different products that can serve that goal. And so this is how we think about it. Like if you start thinking like, oh, this is like one product and this is it, and then you name the store with the name of your product. Like for example, best I don't know, bestcalculator.com, right? Unless you go and start selling like countless number of calculators, it wouldn't make any sense, right? Or let's say you're selling like one calculator and then for some reason it stops selling, and then you want to add, I don't know, like portable, I don't know, massage gun to it, right? Like then it wouldn't make any sense. So the best thing to do would be to just have more generic like brand name that a lot of products can fall into that under that umbrella, and then you can continuously introduce new products. But we do it within the same niche, right? If we do it within the same niche, then kind of like we utilizing the pixel, we utilizing the same audiences, so we can upsell the same products to customers who bought like the other product, and so then the business continuously getting more and more momentum. Guys, let me know if that makes sense. There's other way to do it, right? And you don't have to even like have like a lot of different products if your product is consumable, right? So for example, like this business does probably like $100 million a year in revenue, maybe more, and it pretty much just has like 3 products, right? It has this product, it has like one-time purchase, single subscription, double subscription, right? So as long as there is either like relevant other products that you can upsell, or there's like one product that people just continuously buy, right? So for example, if you want to use this product, it's like you consume it within like 30, these 30 servings, you consume it and then there is no more, of the product. So you have to start, you have to buy it again, right? You have to subscribe. So if your product has this kind of like consumption base, then it has a great potential in terms of like the lifetime value, because one customer might be worth, like, let's say on average like $400-$600, right? Which means on the front end, once you know these numbers, you can start spending like $200-$300 just to acquire the customer, and then you know that you will still be profitable on the back end. All right, cool. All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm doing high ticket drop shipping. I'm doing high ticket drop shipping only, margins at least $50. Are you also doing high ticket and more normal products? We're also doing higher ticket. We're also doing higher ticket, or we're doing like the products that have the potential that where you need more than one off, right? So if you're selling like a, I don't know, you're selling like a refrigerator. I mean, you don't need many refrigerators. Like, so you'd have to introduce some other products. You'd have to introduce like some kitchen, like microwaves, right? You'd have to introduce some other product because there's only like one refrigerator you need like every like 5 to 10 years. So it's either you go after something that is like consumable, right? That people need like again and again every month, or you go after something that is just people need more of. Like, so for example, one of our businesses right now we acquired is the apparel brand. So with apparel, it's like every few months there's like a new design, right? You need shorts for summer, you need let's say hoodies for fall time, you need jackets for winter, and let's say the leggings you can wear like throughout the whole year, the bras you can wear throughout the whole year depending on the climate. And so kind of like you can sell more to the same customer. So if you start thinking from that perspective, okay, how do we make that customer that bought like one product from us, how to get them to buy more, or how to get them to buy the same product again if that is type of product that you're selling. Guys, let me know if that makes sense. What do you use pre-sale pages? What is industry standard percent to conversion? So with pre-sale pages, you always want to be like 25-30% from the first pre-sale page to the second, right? 25 to 30%. If you're higher than that, awesome. If you're lower than that, then you want to work on your first like pre-sale page. And then overall conversion from number of clicks. Let's say 100 people went to the first like pre-sale page. The numbers that we are getting, for example, on the back end are like 2%, like 1.8, 2%, sometimes 3%, and our average order value would be like 100, 130, 180, sometimes even like $200. So those are the numbers that we are getting with this structure. But you always want to kind of like break it down like more complex funnels. You want to break down them into like stages. So you have the first kind of like pre-sale page, you have the second, and then you have kind of like overall conversion rate throughout that funnel. All right, cool. What to do if you get banned on Shopify payments? Do you have any recommended payment processors? I'm in EU, thanks. If you get banned on Shopify payments, probably you just need to use another company. And you have to kind of like, you have to evaluate it, right? Like, because if you get banned on the on Shopify payments, it means like something, like you did something wrong, right? Or you did something that could have been done better. So maybe your chargeback ratios was very high, right? Maybe your shipping times were like too long, or product quality was not sufficient. So if you get banned, like you can always set up like a new entity and start selling, but you want to make sure you want to make sure that you're not doing exactly the same thing again and again. You don't want to like create another company, build all the structure again, and then to get banned from another Shopify payments. If you're in the EU, you can also explore options like Blue Snap. So Blue Snap is something that is pretty good processor. So yeah, you can do like a Blue Snap. It's a good one. In the United States, there's like a lot of options for like payment processors. There's not many of them in EU, from my knowledge. But for example, Blue Snap is quite like international. So how you are dealing with Facebook bouncer, using VPNs, proxies, what's the system you have in place other than using agency accounts? First of all, we're now testing like some agency accounts that are kind of like very strong. So I'll let you guys know about that in probably like in a week or so. So that is one. So different agency accounts. So if one agency accounts are not working for you, then maybe you have to switch to another agency accounts provider. And on the other side, you want to have conversations with quite a few people. Have conversation with quite a few people about the about like the banned accounts and stuff, and a few people on Facebook as well. And so what it comes down to, right? Like Facebook is detecting these like profiles that have been like purchased, right? So if you purchase like profiles, Facebook has like very smart kind of like way of identifying. Let's say if last login in that account was like 5 months ago, right? And you buying that account and you start advertising from day one, and kind of like you're ramping everything up and like start conversion campaigns. So you want to spend like $5,000 like tomorrow, then obviously like with that aggressive like approach, it won't be like Facebook will ban you pretty fast. So first of all, you want to be using like real profiles, right? So we have clients in our ESS program who are doing $20,000, $30,000 per day consistently, and they're utilizing, for example, their like family member or their friend profile, which is real profile, has a real business manager, but profile is actively used day to day, right? So if profile is not like used, then Facebook realizes, okay, probably it is like a farm profile. Someone has just created it to sell it later to you, right? And then some dropshipper is buying that profile and starts aggressively spend money on it. He creates a business manager and kind of like all of these things on the first day. So when you buy those profiles, this is where the biggest like risk is. This is where Facebook detects you. So for example, if you were to use your like family member profile, you could use it, let's say, even like through TeamViewer. We have some clients in the program that are doing that for years now, kind of like just using their family profile, let's say on a laptop that's always like turned on, and this is how they operate their ads. This is how they manage, and like they're managing to do great numbers. $900,000, $1 million per month in revenue with that setup, without complex VPNs and proxies and stuff like that. If you're selling something that is more aggressively, so I've been doing traditional. If you want to sell more aggressively, so see here, Kwam, he wants to do like weight loss market. I mean, that is kind of like more aggressive niche, but depending kind of like how you advertise it, what you want to do is, if you can advertise from whitelisted accounts, from like influencers profiles, right? So let's say you have like influencers page, and then you're advertising from their page, not just from your random page that you created. This is where you can push like a little bit more harder, even like on the edge of compliance. This is something that we have learned recently, and that's been working pretty well. I was banned due to copyright infringement of the product. Won't be selling that anymore. Thanks for your insight. Yeah, copyright. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that anymore. That's not sustainable. All right. So guys, we've covered, right? Like, so number one is like, don't focus like on just one product. Like, think about from the perspective of a niche that you're serving, right? Like, what other products you can do with that niche. And also, what is, like, let's say you have like one product like store that is successful, you're doing like $50, $100, $200, $500,000 per month in sales. And if you want to like take that to the next level, right? Because every entrepreneur wants to take their business to the next level. So if you want to do that, then you have to think like how you want to think how you kind of like approaching that business, and what other product lines you could introduce to it. So for example, if you're selling, let's say, only physical products, right? Maybe you should introduce some digital products. Maybe you should introduce some courses, right? Let's say if you look here, so this is one of our competitors in the business that we have entered, right? So you can see here, right? You have this like business here, and then you have, right? You have here, you can see it's pretty much like it's pretty much kind of like the video training, right? Like it's like a course, right? Like it's high quality course, but it doesn't have to be that high quality if you're just starting out, but it has to be something that helps people to use the main product. So you can see they have like a lot of the like physical products, right? So let's say you have like a lot of these physical products here, but then you also have the digital products, right? So people buy, let's say, the apparel products, but then they also have the courses, right? So this is how you do it. And there are like a lot of business, because pretty much every business that is successful, if you start thinking about it, like it becomes a media business, right? If you're not in media, if you're just like selling like one gadget here, you're buying it here and you're reselling it, and you're reselling that product like in other place, like all dropshippers, then it's like you'll be taken away. You'll be just like you'll be gone, because the only businesses who will survive are the businesses with the best profit margins, and the businesses who have the best profit margins are the businesses that have these like combined kind of like services and products that serve the same customer. So then you can maximize the lifetime value of each customer. Because let's say if you were to sell here this, right, like these products, this is like $20. This is like $20 per month, right? Like recurring. So for example, obviously they've invested to create these products like upfront, but then like there is no extra cost as long as they have paid the creators, or like, let's say, one-time fee. Then they have kind of like that, all of that like recurring like revenue that comes in is extra, right? Like $20 per month. Let's say you have like, if you have like 100,000, let's say 100,000 members, right? Which is very like doable for this type of brand. Then you have like $2 million just coming in every month as a recurring. And so then the business becomes more stable, because business has higher profit margins. And then also the business is more interesting because it has the recurring revenue every month. It can offset some of the overhead that the main business has. And so that is something that, and also it helps to reinforce the community, because the more people consume of a certain product, that's why like Apple wants to kind of like sell you the Apple TV, right? Like they want to sell you, the TV itself, and then they sell you the recurring payments, and then they introduce their own like movies and stuff, because they want to keep you in their ecosystem. As long as they can keep you in their ecosystem, they're making money, right? Because that creates like loyalty that is just very difficult. To get rid of. So guys, let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. I'll show you an example here as well. Because so if you want to build like a business, let's say, then that is like sustainable, that is very valuable, this is the direction that you have to think about, right? You have all of these, you can see how many like different services they have. Each one has a subscription to it, right? Like you have Apple TV, you have music, you have fitness, you have like arcade here, so TV Plus, also like start free trial, then $4 per month. It's not even a lot, right? It's not even a lot. They probably want to beat like Netflix, right? Because Netflix charging more. But as this library of movies like kind of like grows, then it becomes more and more valuable. So it's kind of like reinforcing itself, because they have licenses for all of these movies, and then it just kind of like the value of it goes up and up because of the number of all of those movies combined. So guys, let me know if that makes sense. This is type of so for example, we've acquired like the apparel brand. Now we're looking for influencers with audiences inside of the that, like, let's say fitness coaches and stuff like that industry, right? So they have the audience, we know how to scale that, and then we know how to scale the physical product business. But now we can combine these two, and we can sell packages of, let's say, we sell you the apparel, but also we'll sell you the course on how to actually exercise and how to get the most out of your body, how to increase your performance and stuff like that. So now it becomes like a combined, it becomes like a bundle, and now it has the higher perceived value. Guys, let me know if that makes sense. ClickFunnels, for example, one of the like fastest growing like self-funded software companies, they've been using this, right? They give you the software, but they also give you like a lot of the tutorials and courses and stuff like that, so you can make the most out of that. You can make the most out of that software, right? Because software by itself is a commodity, right? It's only how you use it. But if you use it, the more you use it and the more you get results with it, the more you become like attached to it. Like, for example, try to cancel your Shopify, account, right? Like, let's say you have a store in Shopify, try to cancel it. Try to transition to, something else, right? It's very difficult, because not only, Shopify also has this like courses, right? And education and stuff. So you get Shopify, and then they actually help you how to make it work. So now you're getting more attached to it, right? Now you're putting all of your stuff on it, and now you kind of like integrate into their ecosystem, and it's very difficult to break. So those businesses that will be able to do that will win. And those businesses just like, hey, this is like one product, just buy, and then you never hear from that business again. Those businesses will be like slowly dying. Guys, let me know if that makes sense. Okay, hold on. I guess I have. I know how to fix the quality on my camera. Now I fixed the quality on my camera. Finally, man. My video guy sent me send me the instructions how to fix it. It was like one button. That's the benefit of having like a good professional on your team, who knows how to fix stuff. So guys, let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping up. So these are the major things that I see dropshippers are making. They're thinking very like short term. Even if you dropship, if you dropship from China, it's fine. We have clients in our ESS community who've scaled their businesses, from $100,000 to $100,000 per month to like 1 million per month. They're still shipping from China, and their customer experience is very good. So it is more about kind of like what other products you're adding to your product line, how you're thinking, how you're branding this, right, and what's your overall like customer experience. So how did your BFCM go? It went worse than I thought, and so I'm not very happy with it. We have to make some adjustments, but yeah, it wasn't as good as I expected. We had some like unexpected issues, but the good thing is we have very, very interesting things for Q1, right? So this is like probably will be like our biggest like Q1 ever. So for us, like not Q4, but Q1 will be bigger than Q4. So that is awesome because our products are in like weight loss, health and beauty niche, and that niche gets like a natural boost during Q1. So this is what we will spend another month. We'll spend another month putting everything in place to maximize that opportunity. But other than that, it's been good. We also have, as we acquired these brands, we have faced certain things that we've never faced before. Like for example, the like inventory and like stock outs and stuff like that. So something very interesting that we've never faced before. We faced it before, but it was mostly in China. Now it's like in the United States, there is like a lead time. So that is new experience, new learning. So for influencers using an agency, do you contact influencers directly? For now, it's directly. I think over time we'll be working with agencies. I think that's just like a natural progression. So and probably we'll do both. But for now, we're just like contacting them directly. Have to buy new profiles. Facebook banned me. I learned from my mistakes. Good for you, Filippo. Get a profile from your family member or friend, because if you just buy like regular profiles, again, you'll probably get banned pretty fast. So you want to use the profiles that have been like actively used. So let's say your family member has a good profile, use it through the I think I have to farm it. Yes, just get a profile from your family member or friend. That's the best, right? The profile that's actually actively being used like every day, because this is what Facebook pays attention to. Facebook knows if those profiles you buy are actually being utilized, or they are just being like farmed, and then no one is touching them for like 3 months, and then you start using them, and you start using them aggressively, start advertise right away. So then Facebook knows it's a drop shipper, right? Facebook knows, okay, something sketchy here, and so this is what you want to pay attention to. All right, so here I want to ask, buying ID verified profiles, okay, the advertising, I'll have to farm it. Yeah, again, get it from your family member or friend. That's the best approach here. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on Cyber Monday. And if you have any questions, just drop them inside of the community. Guys on YouTube, make sure you join our community on Facebook. It's called Brand Hypergrowth. So make sure you join it. And we might have a session. We'll have a session next week. Yeah, we'll have a session next week as well. I'll try to invite some good people to also share their experiences during like Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And yeah, guys, I'll see you inside of the community. Thank you. What if you don't have family or friend to sell you one? I mean, then you have to extend your social circle. I mean, if you don't have friends, I mean, like just pay someone like $50 a month for using their profile. That's how a lot of people are setting this up, because they're paying like regular people, and people still can use the profiles as usual. It just on the back end, I mean, you're using their like advertising accounts and business manager and stuff like that. So just buy it, advertise. Some people advertise on Craigslist, make extra like $100 a month without leaving your house. And so this is a framework that we actually share with our clients in ESS program. There is a particular setup that needs to be done there in order to set it up, and that is it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to just join the community of the best e-commerce entrepreneurs, I see a lot of interesting conversations in our community. Last few days, and so if you want to join the best community for e-commerce entrepreneurs, then just tag Brian. So there's Brian in our community, Brian Murphy. Just hit him up directly, ask him like any questions. He'll be helping you out, and then we will be seeing you on the inside. So yeah, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye, guys.